Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Auckland, how are we doing tonight? Yes, absolutely fantastic. We've got a very special guest or guests lined up for you right now here on the Omen by HP stand. I am joined by none other than VictoryFist and Hullitude. Hello, boys.
What's up? How's it going?
How are we doing tonight?
It's night already?
Well,
this weekend is going way too fast.
The daytime of the night.
Well, I'd just like to introduce, welcome everyone to the HAYSA podcast.
Mm-hmm. So, Sam, Ryan... Yes, absolutely. The host of the How Are You So Awesome podcast. So tell us a little bit about it, boys.
Well, basically, we ask people how are they so awesome.
Oh.
And that usually results in people getting very confused and not willing to pat themselves on the back. So, Josh, how are you so awesome?
How am I so awesome? Well, I dress sharp and I've got a pretty quick wit, I feel.
It is a pretty quick wit.
Quick match.
You're a pretty good singer too.
Oh, am I?
Have you sung this weekend?
Yes, plenty. No one needs to hear any more of that.
You have?
Yes.
I haven't witnessed it yet, so I don't believe you.
I don't believe him either.
Well, we'll see how the night goes.
Okay.
We'll chat. We'll have a little bit of a catch up, and then maybe we'll do a number for everybody. You guys know Backstreet's Back, right?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. No? Yeah?
No, I was too cool for that.
I'm sure we can bring up the lyrics, of course.
Well, hey, we've basically got a karaoke screen here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll
we've got some lyrics here.
Yeah.
Oh, Timprovising the house, Serena. And of course, oh man, you've got some fans here today.
Well, some of them have stood up
crowding
now,
around.
So.
Can we get a nice shot of everybody crowding around the NZ stream? Look at this crew, all here for the How Are You So Awesome podcast.
Shout outs to the NZ Streams community.
Shout outs.
A lot of them have actually featured in a couple of our episodes as well. Like we've had Synthicon, we've had Shadowleaf Cosplay, we've had Timprovise, Nightgum. So
yeah, Timprovise, who will be joining us on the stage on
tomorrow. Yes,
absolutely.
Yes, and I will be in the audience heckling the shit out of him. He's not going to survive. It's going to be great. No, it's. I mean, the convention's been going really well. We've actually interviewed some people that are in the audience right now for the next podcast. So Pyrophobic was being interviewed, as well as a few other people. So do I see Charlotte down there? Yeah, we got the best rant. The best rant. People were stopping in the aisles to figure out what the heck was going on.
Oh my God! Everybody out there, you're loving it.
So it's. I mean, if you want to listen to the podcast, don't turn the stream off right now, but you can get it on SoundCloud or iTunes or whatever, any podcasting app you can find.
Do the self plug. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean we got to, right? Why else would we be here?
Absolutely. So tell me a little bit about what got you started in doing a podcast.
I'm an admin for the New Zealand Streams community, and I decided maybe it would be a good idea to do a community podcast. But I also realized pretty quickly that unless it was one person's baby, it just wasn't going to happen. So because doing it via have I figured out the word yet?
What word?
The word that I couldn't figure out before?
No, you haven't.
Oh, I haven't. Damn.
He's lost the word. What can you give me some synonyms? Some synonyms.
Doing it via
synonyms.
A council of people all coming in to do it together. No one could make any decisions, and everyone wanted to be a part of it. So I was just like, nah, I'm just going to do it on my own.
Yeah.
And,
so you had to take the executive decision, and you
made the executive decision.
Boom.
I was just like, hey, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it with Ryan. And I'm going to interview all the people I want to interview. Basically, the only prerequisite to be on our podcast is for me to think you're awesome.
Oh.
And so you're lucky,
that's
boy.
why I've never been on the podcast, right?
You're on it right now.
Oh, wow.
This is going to be downloaded. And
it's you just caught me saying synonym.
Yeah, if you think
I feel like a cinnamon roll. I saw Craig having one earlier, and I don't know where he got it.
I was very jealous.
It looked so
really
good.
It looked really good.
It looked really good.
Craig, if you can hear us, can you bring us some rolls right
now? Can you bring us some synonyms?
Synonyms,
please.
Synonyms.
Yes.
But if you think about it, this is the first ever live in-person HAYSA podcast.
With
no editing, no anything.
Audience.
So shout outs to everybody for coming in today.
Almost every time we've said while recording a podcast, we better edit that out. We haven't. It's because I have to do it all. I sit back and I go, wait, that was funnier with it in. So it's we'll try not to say anything too risque today.
So if the VOD disappears after our segment, you know what's happened. Clearly we've gone too far.
If Craig cuts you out, then you know you've done bad. So, Ryan, how did you start off streaming as a whole?
Basically, I don't know if I want to be promoting this, but basically, I really like watching shows, and as we know, TV doesn't have the best shows at times. And when Justin TV first started, they streamed like 24/7, like Disney or That 70s Show or Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I was like,
Piracy, basically.
Piracy.
yeah. So basically, that's how I got into streaming. I didn't stream it myself. I was just like, oh, look, free TV. And then, and then they brought out the gaming section, and that was kind of dominating with the TV shows and that. And then Twitch was like, no, we got to take down the piracy stuff, and we'll make Twitch a gaming exclusive one. And I was like, oh, I don't know how this is going to work. Like, I did the stereotypical, like, who would want to watch someone play video games?
Oh, there are plenty of people who would want to watch. I want to watch people play video games.
Well, exactly. And then the first thing I went into, it was like 4-player podcast or something, and it was, can't remember who it was. It was Brad probably playing Fatal Frame, and he was just freaking out. And this was before like PewDiePie or Markiplier or any of those people were popular.
Back when the internet was still cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back when I was young. So I got into that, and I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to make a fool of myself playing video games for people. But because of New Zealand internet and, you know, shitty computers...
We have world-class internet here. I've just come back from Australia, and the internet there is terrible. So stop complaining, Kiwis.
Well, back then, which was like 6 years ago, it wasn't as good.
It wasn't as
good. So I couldn't stream anything myself. So that's
ADSL
why...
2.0.
That's why I basically just stood around, well, not stood around, I was in chats just watching like the top guys and what they were doing. And then over the years, it's like, oh, okay, so this is how some people make it, this is how some people fail, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah, and what's kind of interesting is that, you know, in order to really kind of make it in the streaming world, you kind of have to stand out. And something that really stands out with you, I think, is you're very prolific in like the local wrestling community as well. You get behind that. Recently, you kind of championed a big push for someone to be sent to WrestleMania?
Oh, yeah, Mitchell Mania. So Mitchell Fells...
It's still going, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how much they've raised right now, but there's a big community effort between streamers, cosplayers, wrestlers to try to get this guy to WrestleMania because he's in a wheelchair, needs to take about 6 different flights to get to WrestleMania. And, you know, he wasn't even meant to live as long as he has now.
Yeah.
So they're kind of like, we want to try to get him there, cross that off the bucket list. So I was like, I'm definitely going to get the streaming community involved. I'll like put donation links up. If people want to help, that's cool. If they just want to retweet, that's fine as well. It's all about giving back to, you know, a fellow fan of something I love.
Yeah, absolutely. And the IPW has actually gotten behind it really in a really big way as well. I think there was even a pay-per-view that
they've
was
got an
up.
upcoming show, yeah. I don't know the exact date, which is it could be a week from now or even less. But we've had 2 of the IPW people on the HAYSA podcast. We had Liam Fury. And we also had Bloody Simone, which has been on the Omen as well.
Yeah.
Bloody Simone is also, he was on yesterday, I believe.
Yeah, I think he's on again tomorrow.
And on again tomorrow. Yeah. Playing some more Tekken, I imagine.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I think he'll be doing art because he's a world-class artist. He actually does art for the WWE. So, yeah, he's got his fingers well in that wrestling pie.
So how that tied in with the streaming aspect was when Sam came to me with the podcast idea, I was like, okay, this is a good way to introduce... fellow Kiwis, not even streamers, but fellow Kiwis to each other.
He's used it as an excuse to take me to wrestling, and now, as you can see, I'm wearing a Liam Fury shirt, so it works.
Yeah, I think I saw some snaps of you you both at one of the shows.
Yeah,
We've taken a few. We've taken Synthicon as well. He'd never been to a wrestling event, so we took him there.
Woo, Synthicon! Shout out Synthicon!
Oh my god. But yeah, so basically my idea behind it was I want to introduce the streaming community to the wrestling community to the cosplay community, and they can all cross over and then get introduced to each other.
Kind of like fingers in a lot of pies.
Because a lot of them, like a lot of the wrestlers are into gaming or into streaming in some manner, but they've never thought about doing it. So I was hoping with my input of the podcast, I can get information out from people that have done it and got into the big leagues or the medium leagues or wherever.
Which is a bit, you know, presumptuous on his part because it's my podcast. So
hey, you came to me. I didn't come to you.
Yeah. No, it wouldn't be what it is without you. Now I'm a big fan of wrestling as well. I always was interested, but I was never involved in any way. And now I can't miss a gig, man. It's too much fun. So
yeah, no, absolutely. It's really cool, dude. And yourself, you. Specifically, like the first time I ever came across you, you were doing a lot of Sea of Thieves. A lot of Sea of Thieves. And if you haven't seen this man, he dresses up in like the most beautiful pirate get-up.
I haven't played Sea of Thieves since I was last on the Open stage. I burnt out on that game a wee bit. That's what happens, though, I guess, when you're streaming and you get known for one thing and you're doing it day in, day out. It just became like a real hassle to play because every time I played, someone else would want to play with me. And if I had to say no to that person, they'd get pissy, and I was just like, it's easy to not play. So I started playing more solo games, and it just was easier. Oh, and we've got the Synthicon emotes there. So
Yeah, the chat is absolutely lighting up with the VictoryFist and Synthicon emotes.
yeah.
That's pretty good. And Timprovise in the chat as well.
Yeah.
Shout outs to Timprovise.
Oh, it didn't work. Sorry.
Yes.
Oh, that was my moment. We blew it.
May I just say, we've probably recorded about 10 episodes of the podcast. The one that had Timprovise on it had about 30 air horns, and it has the least listens. So it
No,
looks
no,
like
What do you mean?
It doesn't.
What are you
It
talking
looks
about?
like
Like,
I
I
was-
listened to that live.
It caught up. All right.
It caught up.
It caught
Was
up.
that you just refreshing it?
No, I think it's the one that's had the most organic growth, because I'm fairly certain most of our listeners are bots. So
And Scott's getting like a shout out for the air horns. Shots fired from Pyro.
yeah. So I mean, we're every week on the podcast as well. We talk about things that we hate. We're like things that annoy us. And the reason for this, the reason for getting these things out in the open, isn't just because we hate them. It's to try and make the internet a better place. And that was like the one of the genesises of me streaming in the first place was just like, how do I make the internet a better place? So I started making like tutorial videos for things that annoyed me, like, you know, people, instead of recording their gameplay on their computer, or they do it with their cell phone, but then instead of doing it in the right aspect ratio, they do it vertical, and it's like, your screen goes this way and your
killing
phone goes this way. What the so I made a tutorial video on how to not do that, and that's kind of where I started streaming. But let's get into. So Blame, do you have any pet peeves at the moment, like around streaming?
Oh man,
They can be streaming related or con related.
streaming or con
Topical.
related.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, there's one thing that always kind of gets me about the con is that I love I've gone to every Armageddon, well, at least Auckland and Wellington for the past got to be like 10 years now.
Nice.
But there is so much to see, so much wonderful stuff to kind of get into and look at. So I don't know why some people kind of choose to stop and look at the ceiling.
Yeah.
And like there's a traffic flow, and I'm a big boy. Like, so when someone's like, oh, what's up there? Oh, look at that! They're railing and the visage of everything, and I'm like, I'm about to step on you. So like, can we keep on moving?
Yeah. It's
I
someone's
got
going to
stuff
get hurt.
to buy.
Yeah.
What about you, Sam? Do you have a con
Well,
pet
for
peeve?
me, mine is a con and a streaming pet peeve, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This is going to get messy.
Oh no.
Alright.
Oh,
So
God.
sometimes there's like streamers, and you'll meet them at con, and they're dressed really nice, right?
Okay.
Okay.
But on their stream, they don't try at all. And there could be
I came here
hundreds
to
of
have
people.
a good time, and honestly, I'm feeling really attacked right now.
They'll be sitting there in a sweaty singlet, and but meanwhile at con, they're looking like a nice, respectable person. Do that on your stream.
All right, listen
There's
here,
hundreds
okay,
of people
mate.
potentially watching you, and
Please rebuttal him. Usually I'm the one that has to counter
and you're looking like a slob. People are like tuning in, they're looking at you. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about him.
Johnny Bravo in the crowd getting called out. No, please keep it on. Keep it on. It's fine.
Do you have the singer here? Well, there we go. You should. If you're going to be a slob at home in front of potentially thousands of people, you may as well do it here. That's what I'm saying.
I think VictoryFist is telling somebody to take off their shirt.
No, don't do it. Don't. What I'm saying is you should dress up on stream. Present yourself nicely on stream. You know, don't treat it like you're just slubbing it when you're at home on stream, because you're not. You're entertaining like all these cool people. Every person that comes into your stream is a rad person, and you show them respect by wearing
Is
a
this the
freaking shirt.
dynamic of the podcast when you're recording?
I thought arguing with him about chill streams is hard. Now he's criticizing what people wear on stream.
Well, I'm right though, aren't I?
No.
How? Okay, criticize it. Where's your rebuttal?
My rebuttal is, if someone's going on with any type of clothing, that should be fine. Like, it's not a fancy dress party. You don't have to be in a tux to stream.
Present yourself nicely.
stream. Like, this goes out to Victory.
And that's not to discredit awesome people like Villain in Glasses who wears like
Yeah, he wears
fancy
a suit.
clothing on stream. I'm saying
I mean, it's in his logo as well, right?
Yeah.
He's got the tie and the suit and the
You don't
logo.
have to dress up fancily for like a, well, in your case, a 10-viewer stream, and then, and then in person.
Chop, 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 chop.
And then
10 awesome people, all right?
and then hey, you call this dressed up? Like this looks
Oh, there
like
we go.
no,
There's
no.
the singlet. It's out.
There we go.
Look
yes.
what you've done.
So, yeah,
Stand up here.
If you're going to present yourself on stream like a slob, do it in real life as well. Why not?
Have I ever presented myself as a slob on stream?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
No, you haven't. You haven't.
Okay,
You haven't.
is it my pet peeve now?
I guess.
I mean, I could go on about how I got kicked off of Spyro before finishing it,
yeah.
but
I've heard this
man.
story. I've heard the story. Why did you
Yeah.
get kicked off Spyro?
well, because I grew up playing Spyro and Crash because I'm old. Well, I guess some people probably grew up with the SNES and NES, so
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a weird thing to say, but that's what I do.
man.
But I was there, I was like, oh my god, I can finally play Spyro. I've been waiting like 10 years for this. It's played. Oh, I know where all the eggs are. I know where all the gems are.
He got so close to 100%.
And I couldn't find one 5 gem. And then right when I was about to find it, I got told to hop off because I'd been spending too much time on it.
And you know,
Please,
some
there are
children wanted to
children
play.
lining up to play.
I was tempted to bring out the media pass and be like, sorry, I'm reviewing
Flaunting the
I'm
power.
reviewing this for the Inset Herald. Got a lot of Aldies that want to know about.
waited 10 years for this.
But no, the
Step
people,
away.
the stand
The
over there,
children can
if
wait.
anyone in the crowd right now or anyone like watching can get to Auckland before it shuts.
By the end of the day.
tomorrow as
Definitely
well.
go play some Spyro because it is amazing. But in terms of stream pet peeves, no, I'm not picky like Sam. I don't really care.
Hey,
Just absolutely
like I said,
destroying the way people
I'm
dress.
just trying to make the internet a better place. That's all I'm trying to do.
a
That's
much
it.
sharper and better dressed place.
What, like, you know, do you
Changing
want to look at
lives.
someone in their singlet? No, I kind of do
I don't know,
sometimes.
he's looking pretty buff.
I kind of do sometimes. Oh, he's looking great.
Ooh, look at
Manliness is looking
got them
manly.
buys and tries.
But
Looking
no,
good.
no, it's not just him. It's just like, I don't see why you would present yourself one way in real life and then like just be a total slob
I'm sorry,
on your
he's
stream.
really after you today.
I mean, in his defense, the ventilation this year has been a bit hot. So maybe he's just more slobby, I guess, would be the
Well,
word.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Why not just present like that at the con? This works both ways. Dress like a slob at con if you're going to do it at home, is what I'm saying.
Well, no, I just want to like just
False
settle this.
representation.
There are some signs out there that are saying like if you stink, we aren't going to ask you to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is absolutely fair.
Yeah,
but-
yeah.
but
So
then
if you're
what
wearing 8 layers, you're going to stink eventually.
But
in
what
the
happens if you look like a slob but smell like Febreze?
Like fresh daisies, like a soft summer dew.
end. Have you ever used Febreze?
No.
Well, I can tell. I've been to your
Oh,
house.
so what
but
is
it
that
ends up
fragrance
smelling.
you're
It doesn't
wearing?
actually
it's on the
smell
next podcast,
nice.
is it?
It's Glade.
Luckily, this isn't brought to you in smell-o-vision. But Febreze actually makes things smell a bit pooey. Like, it gets rid of the smell that it has. So, like, say you got you spill oyster sauce on the couch, and it smells like oysters, right? You spray Febreze on, it doesn't smell like oysters anymore, but there's a little hint of poo. Little bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, the life hacks here on the Omen by HP stage with the How Are You So Awesome crew. So let's kind of reel it back in here and talk a little bit more
reel it
about
back
what kind of segments can we expect on the How Are You So Awesome podcast?
Well, we talk about the cool thing we did this week.
Okay.
Right now, obviously, it's Armageddon.
yes.
So we would talk about, say, things that were memorable to us. For example, Ryan just talked about his memorable being kicked off Spyro.
It's traumatizing.
Traumatizing. It was pretty funny.
I've non-stop been talking about this, but my really awesome moment of the con
Yes.
has been specifically, like, you know, we have so many amazing guests. You know, Shannon Doherty is here, Michael Shanks from Stargate
Oh,
SJ1,
yeah.
if you're ever a big fan of that. But I kid you not, I saw Susie Cato walk past, and I lost it. I melted. I'm like,
You sang at it, didn't you?
no. I wanted to, like, chase her down and be like, oh, it's so
She
wonderful
probably
to meet
hates
you.
that.
But yeah, no, exactly. She was
probably
with,
gets it all
I
the time.
assume, her son, and be like, move, child. Hello. Look, please
dude.
talk to
Oh,
me.
we should have got to get Susie Cato for the How Are You So Awesome podcast.
That would be like a 4-hour episode.
Could you imagine
just for that question.
Everybody, tweet at Susie Cato
Yes,
or find her
get
on
on the HAYSA
Instagram and
podcast.
get her on the How
Could
You
you
So Awesome
imagine
podcast.
Miko and Susie Cato having a conversation? millions. We would make
Oh my
millions.
goodness. Oh my goodness.
Could you quickly actually explain to everyone who Miko is
Who
and how
Miko
that came
is?
about?
Well, because that's another segment we do is homework. So every week we give either each other homework or the guest gives us, usually the guest will give us homework to get done by the next week. And the first week I gave myself the homework of making sure there was audio stingers for each segment.
Yes, of
which
course.
is what we've heard so far. And I didn't get them done by like the Friday, and we were recording on the Sunday, and I was like, I'm working all day tomorrow, what do I do? So I went to Fiverr and I found a guy on there, and he's basically become my man Friday. He's like,
Very nice. So it's Miko that we hear on the.
Yeah.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's.
and he hosted the last episode because I was in Perth.
So have you got really?
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Yeah.
So how many of his stingers do we have here available to us now?
I have 6 available right now, but I don't think we're going to use some of them because we're not going to do the news segment. But I mean, we have things like this.
Hello, what are you wearing? I'd like to try it on.
He didn't quite understand what I meant when I asked him to make that stinger.
Hold on.
He's a very weird guy.
Well, can you say what nationality he is again for the people that haven't heard that episode?
He's from Hungary.
So what nationality was he?
He's Hungarian.
Hungarian.
Hungary.
Well, he's not. Yeah,
Not Hungary?
not Hungary.
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 Right.
Not Bulgaria.
Oh, yes.
Hungary.
Yes.
It's like
From like kind of in the Baltics.
it's in there somewhere. It's a very similar flag. Hungary and Bulgaria actually have like almost the same flag, just the same colours in a different order.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
It's like I'm on
Hungary.
Susie Cato again.
Hungary is like another version of those 3 colours.
It's like, this is like a very special edition of Susie's
It
World.
is.
and
It
I'm
really
learning so
is.
much.
It really is. But no, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
I actually, his last pay was a ticket to the Streams meetup that we had last night, and he didn't turn up. So I had his free drink.
Did you pay for his ticket or
Yeah,
anything?
yeah.
No, the plane ticket.
Oh, the plane ticket. No, he lives here. Have you not gone to his Fiverr page yet?
I feel like-
he explains all this. He came to New Zealand for a better life.
I feel like I've been lied to here.
Yeah.
He's from Hungary, but he lives here. So he's still. You need to listen to the last podcast. You haven't listened to the last podcast yet.
Well, after the episode,
There are people in this audience right now that were interviewed there while you weren't there.
After that episode with Tim, and you said Tim had been doing it from the start, I kind of like, all right, let's see how it is then.
Yeah, shout outs to Tim.
That
Is
was
Tim
a
still in the
joke.
chat?
I don't have the
Shout-outs to Tim.
shout outs button up anymore.
Well,
but
But yeah,
we go.
the original pilot episode was Sam talking to me,
Yeah.
but it wasn't the format. He was just saying, this is what we kind of want to do. And then it slowly evolved like, okay, we want these segments, but we don't know the order to put them in. So through trial and error, I feel sorry for the first few people.
Oh no, I was there day one.
I had the phone with like the questions and layout, but then this
Yeah.
guy would come. Like for example, we were talking to.
honestly, buttons.
I think there was a segment that you almost completely skipped.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah.
we were talking.
nah.
We were talking to Synthicon, and I had like the
Yeah.
build up to how we got to streaming, and I had gotten up to like what subjects are you doing did at school, because I want to know how we got into like performing, and then how we got into this. Sam goes straight from, oh, what subject did you do at school? Oh, so why'd you rebrand your stream? But what? You have to get to the original
I asked the hard
stream first.
questions. I asked the hard questions.
So
Yeah,
basically,
why are you a slob?
Yeah.
But basically how it works is Sam does all the technical stuff, and he adds a lot of the crude humor. I'd say we're both equally
And
crude.
you bring the personality. You're kind of like the brain
Oh,
behind
I
the
thought
bunch.
you're way too kind to me. I screw personality. Oh, I don't know about that.
He's too married to his script, though. I think.
Oh, yes?
I think. If I had to criticize how he gets this like script that he gets there, and he's like, if like a question gets kind of like glossed over, he'll like go back to it, and and it's
Will
really
you answer the question? I want 300 words on a
We've
piece
turned
of
from
paper.
promoting it to like breaking our own podcast apart. Like, why is it bad?
Well, here's the thing: we never get any criticism.
No.
No, it's all been positive feedback, and I want criticism. I can't
Really?
improve unless you guys tell me how much I suck.
Oh,
okay?
absolutely. Craig, can we
Yeah,
get some
that's what I was gonna
criticism
say.
out here? We've got a microphone, and I believe several people who have been attacked
Oh!
directly by Sam. So let's get some audience feedback here on the on the How Are You So Awesome podcast. Can
This
we
could
get,
be very educational
Craig
for me.
Craig could just talk into the mic and probably roast Sam. It'd be
Craig's a
fine.
big fan of the podcast,
that's
so
awesome.
he doesn't want anything to be bad to be said about it.
Well, I'm not seeing anyone run out
Yeah.
quickly for that microphone.
So we're good.
Oh,
we're good.
what a shame. Guess we won't hear from our most lovely fans.
Well, in that
hanging
case,
around.
let's take it to the chat. If you've got some questions, I'm about to throw down. Criticism: never, ever, ever allow Timprovise to bring his horns on stream ever again.
Thank you.
There we go. That's from Quill.
Thank you, Quill. Thank you.
Okay, I won't use the
Justify.
horn again.
Where's your rebuttal on that?
Wow. I think we did overdo it when Tim was on the first time.
Maybe just a bit.
I said that when we were recording it too. I'm like, this is way too many ear horns. For
I feel
one,
like
so-
there was like some kind of like emotional breakdown that you had gone through. I could hear the silence.
I'm not trying to be like a podcast Nazi type thing. Like, no, you must do it this way. But I was like, okay, 30 ear horns is already too much. Why are we still playing it?
So Charlotte's Cove wants to say feedback, #let Hull speak 2018.
Yep. Thank you. I'll slip you the 20 after the show. Thank you.
Criticisms need more dragons. More. Okay, so Ewok 3000. No, the stream needs more ear horns.
See, Ewok.
More ear horns.
Thanks, Ewok. See, the thing with the ear horns is, right, Hull works in radio, and he doesn't want to be one of those morning shock jocks that just have, like, the massive soundboard of all the silly sound effects.
Welcome to How Are You So Awesome?
Yeah.
Why do we have Miko when we could have Blame?
Well, he...
I
It's a
cost-
non-fiver.
He probably costs more than $5.
I'm on Tinder.
Tinder?
No, you have to pay 10 at least.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were on Tinder. I was like, oh,
He
really?
should be on Tinder.
No, please don't.
Yeah,
Hola,
he's done
señorita
that.
y señores, me llamo Blame. ¿Dónde está tu corazón? Show me the way to your heart.
I totally lost where we are.
We were talking about getting Blame on instead of Miko.
All right,
No,
well-
don't do that. Miko does some amazing work.
He does some amazing work, and you need to listen to the last podcast.
I would
this
say
is
no.
so embarrassing. My co-host hasn't listened to the last podcast.
There's a reason for that.
It's
Let's
great.
see.
Charlotte's Cove's on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ewok 3000 again with some more feedback. Stream needs more fatigued hoodies too.
Yes.
It's in my. I mean, it's in my. It's at the McCracken workworkshop stand.
Did you
I
know
left it down
Blame?
there.
Oh yes, you've actually got like a stand here as well with the McCracken workshop.
Yeah. So my partner Storm, she makes chainmail. I don't know if we can get a close up on here.
That one
so
is live right there.
This is like a chainmail bracelet that. Oh, thanks. that she made for me, but she has a whole stand selling a hell of a lot of that stuff down there. And it's really cool stuff. She's made me a full like set of armor that I wore last time I was here on the Omen stage. Unfortunately, this weekend is a bit hard out on me this week, so I can't justify wearing like 10 kgs of steel. So,
Well, I think the last time I caught you at Welligeddon, you were wearing a full-on chainmail shirt.
yeah, it was like 10 kg
Oh.
just hanging off me. I think that weekend I lost about 5 kg. I kept it on the whole weekend. I think I was about an inch shorter as well, just from spinal compression.
Wow. Okay.
But I was protected. So,
yeah. So you've already done a couple of interviews here for this for the How Are You So Awesome
Yeah,
podcast.
man.
Who have been some of your highlights for talking to?
well, we had Meow Sparky earlier.
Wow,
Well,
just
while
earlier.
you guys were out here doing some interviews, we were back there doing interviews.
Yeah. It's like,
We've had Pyrophobic, Aerodono.
Charlotte had a big rant
Oh
about...
yeah, Charlotte's Cove had the most epic rant. It was fantastic. we started a conversation, and I was like, I can hear where this conversation's going. Stop it right now. We're getting outside. We're recording a podcast because it was just too epic.
Long story short,
That's- I'm really looking
it was
forward
these
to that
two making excuses about being bad at tech and due to lag, but they were, it was fine.
That would actually explain some of the like tech and less lag comments that we're getting in the chat right now.
There was no lag. It's fake news.
Wear
Fake
less
news.
armor. We've got feedback. Wear less armor. Is that because you want like the chainmail bikini?
Oh no, some corrections.
Is
Wear
that
sexy
what you
armor.
want? Because I've asked Storm to make that for me like 5 times, and she just
Make
won't
less
do it.
armor.
Yeah. Where does this little?
Oh my.
Yeah. I mean, we need protection down there too. So,
No,
but I would
absolutely.
have to wax.
Wouldn't that be horrible to walk around at a con in, though?
I mean, I
It'd be
would have
nice.
hoped
Wow,
for a
it'd
little
be
bit more than
nice.
like plate
Well,
mail. Not
when you
maybe
walk
chainmail.
around, when you walk around con wearing chainmail, people like to stroke it.
Really?
Yeah, they like to
Wait,
do
we're
this to
talking
it.
about the chainmail, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so they touch the chainmail. So if you were wearing the bikini version,
Oh, I mean, that might get you kicked out.
it might
Might get you kicked out of Armageddon,
Them
but I mean, like
kicked
that's, you look fabulous.
Yeah, I'd be
So
fine.
can we expect on your next stream maybe like a full-on
No, I don't think so.
slobbing it up with some chainmail?
No, Storm doesn't want to go that route with my attire. I tried to get her to buy me a Borat mankini while I was in Australia last week, and every time I picked it up, she made me put it down. She was very, very disappointed in me.
The world doesn't need to see that.
It was only $5. I should have just done it, right?
Yeah.
Wait, are you on Fiverr?
No, the Borat Mankini was $5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's $5 from Reject Shop or something.
But bringing it back to the podcast, that would have been really good for one of the What Are You
What are
Wearing?
you wearing? Yeah. Imagine finding out that after we've been talking to someone for an hour, I'd been sitting there in a Borat Mankini for an hour.
So
That
tell
would be
us,
such a good realization.
I don't think many people want to.
For everybody here at the Omen by HP stand, what are you wearing?
Do we have a mic? Let's get it out there and see what Chris is wearing.
No, I mean, what do we got on?
I think we're both repping IPW today.
We are today.
IPW today.
Although this is actually kind of funny. This is pure coincidence. I'm repping Control, which is Jake Sheehan's group. They're a big bad group.
Oh, dang.
Amazing group.
Heels.
I'm wearing the same pants I wear literally every single day.
This is what
every
he
single
says
week.
every single podcast.
Slumming
Same
it up
shoes,
and, like,
same socks.
commitment, right?
See,
Consistency.
You can't dress like a slob if you are a slob.
Ooh, dang.
I am one with the slobs.
I'm wearing similar jeans to what I always wear, but I do have multiple pairs. And the one thing I'm wearing that I haven't worn on podcast before is this. So I'm wearing a beard ornament. Basically, it keeps my beard shapely.
Very nice.
If I take it out, it looks so weird, like and wavy, and
I'm feeling pretty sad about this, but I'm wearing a button-up shirt that I bought specifically for today. It's wonderful new jeans.
you wear shirts on your stream.
I do wear shirts. I mean, I wouldn't be able to stream if I didn't. If I wasn't wearing shirts, I'd be gone.
TOS,
Banned.
Sam.
My ISP would shut me down.
What about your other shirt, though? The one with the star.
this?
What is this?
Oh, I'm a big fan of Steven Universe. So this is actually a Greg Universe shirt.
Oh,
So I'm
yeah.
not sure if anyone recognizes
Never
it.
watched
but
it.
It's a good show, man. It's a good show.
It's got lots of singing in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, a lot of singing. A lot of singing.
Yeah. Sing us a song from Steven Universe. Hashtag DMCA.
We are the crystal gems.
There we
We'll
go.
always save the day. And if you think we can't, we'll always find a way. That's why the people of this world believe in Ryan, Sam, and Josh, and Pearl, and Steven. It's a Crystal Gems theme. It's my jam. It's my jam.
That is fantastic, man. See, this is why you're so awesome.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the great thing is that no one can tell me off now because my earpiece just fell out and it's gone. So we're off script now, everybody.
You might want to find that because we don't know when we're finishing.
Yeah, I don't actually
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
Like this is now the
Blame Idol, hell yeah.
the Hullitude and VictoryFist.
I mean, we can
stream.
interview Gabby. It's fine.
Yeah.
No,
We'll
absolutely.
sorry, Ali. We'll take over from here.
No.
There we go.
Hi, Gabby.
Oh, man.
Satan,
Yeah, my conscience was
dost
speaking
thou
to me.
speak through me again?
There he is.
Yes, we're gonna have somebody come in and fix this
Wardrobe
mess.
malfunction.
Oh yeah.
How is Craig?
So
so
this is not
awesome?
the wardrobe
While we're
malfunction
doing
I
that,
ordered.
let's get a couple more questions in the chat here. Well, okay, so we got some. Is
We
that
got
like a
some-
Wakanda woo?
That's a
or-
Wakanda woo.
That's a Wakanda woo from the Enterprise crew.
Yeah.
Blame is growing rogue. He's taking over. This is my show now.
Craig's about to get.
Just get rotted there.
Well, we talked about you guys' con highlights.
Yeah.
For me, it was going home on Friday night
From the con?
from the con.
For going home.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
con highlight is going home.
Well, for me, the con never stops when I go home because I'm
Yeah.
working here and everything. It's all part of the minutiae of the con.
Okay.
And weird things happen. I went up to KFC to get dinner on the way back. And, you know, shout out to
KFC, always
KFC.
good.
But I was in the drive-thru.
Sponsor us, please, KFC.
I was in the drive-thru and I saw the cutest little puppy.
Oh, wow.
Little golden retriever puppy. And he's sitting in the middle of the car park and his owner's sitting there watching him and the puppy drops a deuce. Right in the middle of the car park. And I'm like, what the hell? I wind down my window and go, dude, you're going to pick that up, hey? And
You can't say the next word that he replied to you with.
I can't.
You have to
I
alter
really
that
can't.
word.
He was not very polite. I mean, I wasn't either. But he did, needless to say, he didn't pick it up.
Yeah.
And then, so I'm fuming. I'm fuming. We keep going through the drive-through. We get to the order machine, and the order machine lady says, "Oh, would you like to order?" I'm like, "I have a coupon code." So I gave her the coupon code. She goes, "Okay, that's fine." Types in the coupon code. She's like, "Oh, that's for burgers. We're not doing burgers right now." I'm like, "Why aren't you doing burgers?" She's like, "We ran out of lettuce."
Well, already
I'm
dropped
like,
the lettuce
I'm
in.
like, do you need lettuce for a burger? Is that required? And she's like, yeah, you need. You don't have to, lady. Have you been doing this all?
Maybe perhaps
all
can I
night?
get a burger without lettuce?
Without lettuce, yeah. Can I get the burger
that
without
possible?
the lettuce? And as her mind just blew out all over the back of the drive-through window.
Did you get the
So
burger?
you had to flee the scene of the crime.
Yeah, I got the burger
You got the burger without the lettuce.
without the lettuce. And if anything, it was better and way
that was
less
your
likely to give me
Armageddon
food poisoning.
highlight, correct?
And that's my most memorable, not highlight, most memorable moment. Also, the person before me didn't know how to use PayWave. Really annoying. Anyway,
So as you can see,
Most,
I'm an
most
angry
memorable
person.
moment for Hullitude. Let
besides
Hullitude
getting-
speak,
Yeah, I was
2018.
getting-
besides
kicked
getting
off.
kicked off Spyro.
yeah, that's his moment.
I just think it was catching up with all these streamers from multiple platforms that have come up from like Christchurch, Wellington. Because, you know, we don't really get many gatherings
Yeah.
with that,
especially of the
that
magnitude
big
that we
enough
had
to
this
get people to
weekend.
come up.
Yeah, I actually had the pleasure of being able to make it to the NZ Stream meetup last
Yeah.
night, and it was fantastic. So many people,
Serena-
so many amazing people tuning
Serena,
on.
Shout out Serena.
There's
Yeah,
not
shout
enough praise in the world for what Serena did.
She's
So,
down there. She's hiding from
down
me.
there.
She's actually hiding from me. She's behind the monitor.
Come on, stand up, give everyone a wave.
hey, Serena.
Yeah, Serena, who amazingly enough, she organised
MVP.
this entire meetup where so many of the NZ Stream community got together. And
Oh my
like,
God, Serena, I should
got
make a
drunk.
tutorial on PayWave. Basically, if the place doesn't have PayWave, don't wave your freaking card around.
But, so basically,
Turning it over won't help.
the first meetup I went to, it was probably about. I think the first meetup you didn't go to, and there was about 20 of us, and it was just like a little gathering. And then the next meetup, we had a bigger one. Serena's organised all these. It was like at an Indian restaurant, and then I organised a
Tell us.
karaoke, which
Tell
was
us.
stressful. So God knows how Serena does like a whole dinner. I can't even book a karaoke without freaking
I know,
out.
I saw this beautiful spread of like, it was a table just filled with chocolate.
Yep.
Tim Tams, you had
Yeah,
little cakes.
I'm
and
not
it was like,
supposed to eat chocolate, but it was very inviting.
Oh, I dove in.
I pretty much rolled around on it. I'm
That's
sorry
why
if you
this,
had my
this
sweaty...
is meant to be a button up.
It was until this morning, yeah.
But yeah, we had awesome
Serena
people.
Lau for Prime Minister.
But we had awesome people like Colossus and Tank up from Christchurch, Aero from Christchurch. We had
Wow.
like Gabby, Crystal, a lot, Charlotte, Chesh, lots of people from Wellington came up. And Serena's goal when we originally were setting up, I was one of the people that was helping her at first, and then shit went down, and then she took the reins tremendously. Like her work that she put in can never be, understated. Basically, we were aiming for like 50 to like say, okay, this is a successful event. And then on the night, there was probably about 80 people there. And it wasn't like, anything awkward. It was like a bunch of people that may have...
Oh, there
may
were
or
some
may have
awkward moments. There were some awkward moments.
Did you call anyone a slob?
Not on the night, no.
Well, that would be
When
why.
Gabby
That
turned
happened
up,
after
actually,
everyone
she
left.
walked past me as I was saying something about a perfumed butthole. And I don't know if she heard that or not, but it was pretty embarrassing.
I can only imagine.
It made sense in context to my conversation, but that was a great first impression, I think. That was
Yeah.
fantastic.
You have that way with people, though.
I
actually.
do. And that wasn't the most embarrassing thing that happened. But I wasn't even drinking.
Yeah.
How did that happen? But I won't even talk about the other one. That's going to get me in trouble.
Oh, yes.
I can't imagine. It's all good.
But yeah, so the 80 people turn out, and like no dramas or anything. With 80 people, usually it'd be like, like a sheep, sheep herder. You got to make sure people aren't running down the street like butt naked, like Sam, screaming to the high
Well, he
head.
wasn't drinking, you see.
No.
that was why.
No. Was that the lunch bell?
What?
Yeah, no, I
Did
think
you
that
hear
was
that?
it. Yeah, it's
That was
basically
lunch
we're all
bell.
going to get
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
going to get some food. Everyone, we're going to take a trip to KFC, as sponsored as.
Hopefully there's not poo all over the car park by now. That was...
Oh my God! And Victory's going to shout us all. It's going to be great.
Poo or
I have a
KFC?
voucher code.
Well, the KFC.
Okay, thank goodness.
I'll use a voucher, but they've run out of lettuce, so... I'm sorry. No
So
burgers.
tell us, what do we have in store for the How Are You So Awesome podcast in the future? What are some major dreams that you've got? Some
Major
like
dreams?
prize gets.
Well, we've achieved some of them this weekend. I wanted to get you on. That's been a goal of mine for a while. We didn't get to talk about all the things I wanted to talk about
I'm on the live stage. This is the live
You're
episode.
actually
Yeah.
very lucky though, because whenever he gets a guest on, he's got a pet peeve relating to that guest.
I don't.
Oh,
Always.
you did actually mention the slob one and attacked him.
It's just attacked me because of the clothes I'm wearing now.
See? It's on video evidence now as well.
That's not how it happened.
So,
what about you?
Well,
What about you?
I think I kind of want to keep bridging gaps between different communities. I want to keep introducing more people to each other. Because we've taken people that have never known about wrestling to wrestling to enjoy it. We've taken the wrestlers to see cosplays, stuff like that. And if you think about wrestling as kind of cosplay, you're another character turned up to 11, beating each other up in fancy outfits. You know, same thing.
Yeah.
And then basically we want to get them into streaming because then we can, like, you know, be a part of our community, grow it. Doesn't matter if it's, you know, Twitch or wherever else. We kind of just want to keep the New Zealand scenes and multiple communities growing. And we think the HAYSA is the best way to do that.
It's the best way we can do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, it's fantastic and absolutely inspirational to see how many people have actually turned up in support of the How Are You So Awesome podcast.
Yeah.
It's great to see, like, not only that, but like the New Zealand streamer community as a whole.
They're awesome.
Kind of turning up and representing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you so much, Sam, Ryan, VictoryFist, Hullitude, and the How Are You So Awesome podcast for joining us. We've got Gabby and Ali up next here.
Goodbye. Come again.
And there we go. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. Stick around. We've got a great show for you tonight. Thanks so much, boys.